welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Dav197. That's Dav197. He's driving the T28 prototype on an encounter battle on Lakeville. T28 prototype, excuse me, being the Tier 8 turreted tank destroyer for the Americans. So it looks like he was going to head off to that left-hand flank to the swamps and the marshes, but either decided that the Allied team had already committed enough forces to that flank, or suddenly had realised that it would take him far too long to drive through that boggy terrain, being the slow-ass T28, or third option, suddenly realised that it is an encounter battle and that the cap circle's actually on the right-hand flank, and there is very little point driving down that left-hand side unless you just want to put some defence there. Looks like the Indian Panzer just stopped the Leopard dead in his tracks. So yeah, there's very little point really committing too many forces to that left-hand flank. It's good to send maybe a tank destroyer and a medium tank down there just to hold off the enemy and make sure you don't get flanked, surrounded, and then closed in on in a pincer movement. But apart from that, nothing really, no real point heading down there. As you can see, the enemy not really committing any forces to that swamp area. A lot of them got spotted out by that Leopard that Suicide scouted for some reason. Not really sure why people do that, but hey. So as you can see, the slow lumbering beast that is the T28 prototype, it is a bit of a sleeping giant that hasn't even woken up yet, considering how slow it is. But the good thing about it, because it's got that very, very strong front armour, he can probably just roll up into the cap circle, sit there and just fend everybody off. Or conversely, he's going to get there and everybody's going to penetrate the shit out of him, and that's going to be the end of his game pretty damn quickly. But because it's a subscriber replay, I'm pretty sure you can guess which one it's going to be. So straight away, just keeping an eye on that Tiger and that Type 59 that are on that right-hand flank there. Don't want to try and give them an easy hit. Gets a good shot on that low there, that Lurva, and does a decent chunk of damage. The Lurva just decides to go full retard and charge in for some reason, rather than backing off down the road. And that's the end of his game. So, decent threat taken out of the equation. Type 59 comes around the corner. Obviously, he knows where to shoot the T28 to get damage to stick. Unfortunately, he's decided to go full retard as well, and has come charging into the cap circle and gotten himself killed. That leaves a Jagdpanzer 4 across the way, and that Tiger 1 on the right-hand side. That's the Jagdpanzer dealt with. That leaves a Tiger 1 on the right-hand side, and a few other enemies in front. Got to be careful here, because if he presents too much of his side armor to that Tiger 1 there, he's going to be able to get some damage through. But as it is, the only person who's been able to do any kind of damage to Dav197 is the Type 59. Tiger sees that he's had a shot and comes charging forward. Now he's starting to take hits. People starting to get shots through the weak spots of the armor. Not using sniper mode here, but as you can see in the top left-hand side there, his frames per second are suffering just a little bit. That's probably why he's not gone into sniper mode. Some people report that going into sniper mode when you've got a bad FPS is just suicide, basically, because your game locks up for a second. And to be honest, it seems to be working out for him pretty well here. Picked himself up 5 kills and 3,000 damage in the space of a few minutes. The enemy team just not able to do anything to deal with it. Sets the Tiger 1 on fire, and his teammates just nicely don't kill-steal it from him, which allows him to get his Top Gun medal. And that is even 7 kills there. So that was nice of his allies there. The what was that? The T25AT, that KV2, not taking away his Top Gun with that Tiger 1 was on fire there. And as you can see, they've just absolutely steamrolled the enemy here at 13 kills to 4. Dav picks himself up almost 4k points of damage, a Top Gun medal, and indeed the guys that are on the left-hand flank now started to close in and get in on that T28 prototype, and now just the T20 But if something goes horribly, horribly wrong over on that flank, which I don't see how it possibly could, then at least they've got the base capture happening here. So that's going to be it for the first replay from Dav197. Absolutely excellent game there, just showing off the great strengths of the T-28. Its armour, not its manoeuvrability, but at least that cannon makes up for it. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Stick around, because as always, the score screens in another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Sammy1229. That's Sammy1229, and he's driving the Conqueror on a standard battle on Ensk. The Conqueror being the Tier 9 heavy tank for the British. So straight away, we were talking in the team chat just before the match started. Not sure if we caught any of that in the recording, that they were just going to go ahead and rush middle as quick as they could, considering that they are top tier in this match and there's only 3 tier 9s on each side. They've decided that they're just going to rush the middle and hopefully win. Find an IS here, but an IS isn't really going to be much of a match for 3 tier 9s or even that WZ-140. Did manage to get a little bit of damage through him. That's probably going to be all he manages to get as he gets himself taken out, and that becomes kill number 1 for Sammy. Nobody else really in position to do anything here. The enemy's Conqueror has rolled up here, but if you check his hit points out there, it looks like he has the stock turret. So probably just got the stock gun or one upgrade on the gun, so just going to take a considerable chunk of damage through the top of his turret there. Has his shot there at Sammy, but just hits the wall instead and takes another big hit there. And as you can see, his platoon mates have come to back him up here on that right-hand side. This Conqueror deciding that enough is enough, and he comes charging straight forward. Not really sure what he thinks he's going to achieve here. He's got his gun trained on somebody else and then comes charging around the corner. Not really sure what he thought he was going to achieve there. Maybe he had a heart attack on the keyboard and fell on the W button and continued to drive forward. Not really sure what was going on there. One thing he has achieved though is he's kind of blocked that road off so that nobody can really make it through there. Just means that the team has to divert to this far left hand flank up the road here. Sammy doing the smart thing of just letting the Tiger II poke himself out first. Gets a good hit through the side of that 122-44, who now decides that he doesn't need to run away because they've already fired. Has his shot, doesn't do any damage, and gets himself taken out. Again, Sammy just lets this Tiger II duel with the T-29. And as he backs off and opens up the front armour of that T-29, the two of them just pummel him out of existence. And Tiger II picks up the kill on that one. Now this Su-122-54 comes charging around the corner, thinks he can get some damage on this Tiger II. Unfortunately, it's not to be. Well, gets a little bit of damage there. And again, Sammy just doing the smart thing of letting the Tiger II absorb all of that damage while he just sits behind them and does the killing. So that's the middle pretty much dealt with there. His platoon mate in the WZ-120 dueling with this WZ-111-14. Although nobody really wants to advance on him first because he is still a tier 9 heavy tank and he did have full hit points right up until that point when the AMX got a good hit into him. Although it looks like the allied team has been rushed on that right-hand flank there, and the enemy team's already capping the base. Just making a quick stop off to get some damage on this T-34. Don't want to rush straight past the guy because the cannon on that T-34 still does significant alpha damage, so you don't want him to just stick a shot straight through your weaker side armor, as that is going to hurt considerably. That Tiger II getting some good hits on that WZ through the window there. Sammy just focusing on that and crashing into the fountain. And now the three of them, the platoon mates here, just closing the net around the cap circle. Although this game is a lot more even than it may seem from these guys' point of view. It is 8 kills to 7 right now. It was all even before Sammy got that kill there. T44 making a run for it, stops to have a shot there, misses, and that costs him his life. If he'd continued to run there, probably wouldn't have been destroyed, so a little bit unfortunate there. A little bit unfortunate for him. Sammy picks up the kill on that, and that is his Top Gun medal and 5,000 points of damage. So doing an excellent job so far. Ooh, KV4 presented his side armor there, and Sammy's able to get a good hit through that. Oh, a little bit of a dick move there, pulling in front of the Löwe. You can see definitely that wasn't an accident. He premeditatedly turned in front of the Löwe there. But I guess you've got to do what you can to try and secure your Radley Walters medal, so cock-blocking your allies, one way of doing that. No idea why he's doing the zooming in and out thing, so I'm going to take control of the camera, just because that doing that isn't conducive to the production of a good replay. So just a little bit of a word of advice: if you're thinking that your replay is going to get used, don't zoom in and zoom out like this over and over again. So just going to close down now on this T25-2. Takes a snapshot there on the guy and just about bounces. Takes a hit in the side from the artillery. Not that that really matters. He's just going to sit here and kill off that T25-2, and that just leaves that WZ from earlier, who's dueling with that Tiger 2. Oh, actually, no. Looks like the Löwe stole that kill from the Conqueror. So a little bit of karma there. A little bit of righteous retribution. That's what happens when you block one of your allies from taking a shot. They may later on steal a kill from you. So just this WZ making a run for it. Can he? Yes, he can. Gets a good hit through the side of his armor, and then that is his Radley Walters medal. So absolutely awesome shot there. That just leaves the artillery somewhere on the map, almost certainly going to be in and around the enemy spawn area. So just got to close down, try and find him. Now just going to speed this one up a little bit until we get back into the action. Again, I'm going to take control of the camera just so we don't have that zooming in and zooming out. That will make everybody feel sick. So there's now just a case of hunting down this artillery. There's no way he's going to be able to get away, not with 3 tanks hunting him down. And there we go, he gets spotted in the center of the city. Sammy deciding not to give chase, as that Lorraine's probably going to be much faster than he is. Hoping that he's going to do a loop back, and we can catch him off guard with his pants down. Oh, going to give him control of the camera back. Oh, there he is. So he did indeed try and fake out his opponent. So ran through the city, realised that he's been spotted, tried to loop back around to get around behind them. But Sammy, just a little bit too smart, takes him out, picks up kill number 9 and almost 6,200 points of damage in this monster game with the Conqueror. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Stick around, because as always the score screens are coming right up after this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave me a like or favourite. Consider hitting that subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, let me know exactly what you thought. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.
It wants wood and you just need a hole.
Yep. Any hole's a goal. Now where's the cooker? Right. Hey.
What are you going to do to the cooker? after a statement like that?
I'm going to fuck it, mate.
You're going to put his pork in it.
You're going to put your pork in the cooker?
Yep.
Fair enough, can't argue with that. Especially not when you've got a giant iron sword.
That's true. I'm just...
Scottish knob in the cooker.
Yep.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue a man with his cock in a cooker.
No, I wouldn't. And now I'm just cooking me chicken.